Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to Wilson Stevens Live. I'm your host, Wilson Stevens, and I'll be hosting and broadcasting weekly, so be sure to follow. I'm a broker associate with J. Rockcliffe Realtors in Walnut Creek and have 20 years experience helping buyers and sellers in the Bay Area. Of that 12 years experience as a distressed property expert. Today, I'm discussing the effects of COVID-19 to the California real estate market, what mortgage relief is available, who qualifies, and who to contact. First, my heart goes out to those affected by COVID-19. Please stay at home if possible and practice safe social distancing when in public. So I see some people that logged on. Thanks, Jill, for logging on. Amanda, Kay. I know I have some people from East Bay Loop looking to log on. We're going to do this weekly, and we're going to try to cover topics that can help people. That's what this show is all about. I want to put out the information that you can use in everyday life. So let's get started. First, banks are offering mortgage relief. Everybody knows that. I think there's a little confusion as to what type of packages they're offering. Right now, there are three. There's deferment, there's forbearance, and then there's a loan modification. Again, some homeowners may not qualify for all three. That's why it's important. It's extremely important to contact your bank. That's the first thing we should do. We should find out who the lender is, who owns the bank, owns your mortgage, and also who's. So let me tell you a little bit about the process. So when you go in and get your mortgage, the bank provides you the mortgage, and then they turn around and sell it to investors. So once they sell it to investors, they still may service the loan, but they don't own the loan, so they're not in control. So that's why you have, B of A and maybe Ali Bank telling people that they have 3 months deferment. That's not necessarily the case for everybody. So you have to find out who the owner of your loan is. That's the first thing. That's the most important. Because your bank, B of A or Wells Fargo or Citibank, they may not own the loan and only service the loan. They don't have the power to provide you some of the options that they're providing to their normal customers. And mainly, those are the investors like Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, and Ginnie Mae. They're only offering forbearance plans, and that's up to 12 months. And at the end of that forbearance plan, they've directed the banks to do loan modifications. And you say, like, what if I don't qualify for a loan modification? And that's the catch-22 with actually having a forbearance. So you want to make sure that, one, you try to get a deferment if possible. I know some banks are doing it in increments. They're offering 1 month, and then you have to call back at the end of the month and let them know that you're still in need to continue the deferment. Some banks are offering 90 days. So you want to make sure at the end of that 90 days that you communicate with your bank. The difference between a deferment and a forbearance, the forbearance, they're offering 3 months. And then at the end of that 3 months, you have to pay in full and or make arrangements to do a payment plan. I don't know about you, but I know a lot of Americans aren't able to come up with 3 months plus the month payment that's due. That's nearly impossible if you've lost work. If someone you love is ill and you have to take care of them. So we got to make sure that you communicate. You have to communicate with the banks. Who qualifies? Everybody who is affected by COVID-19 qualifies. So again, if you lost your job, if someone is sick, your kids are at home. The schools are right now out to May 1st. And I don't know about you, like me and my wife, we're at home and we're taking care of our kids. We're she's turned into a teacher and still has to provide and work from home. So it's difficult for everybody, but you have to, look at what the qualifications are, and you have to communicate with your bank. The whole theme of this stream is to communicate with your bank. It's extremely important. So again, I told you the difference between a deferment and a forbearance. Freddie Mac insures almost 60% of America's loans. So if, later on in the show, I'll give you the links to go in and check and see if your home is insured or owned by Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae. Ginnie Mae is a little different. They don't have a link. So you would have to call your mortgage company and ask them who the owner of your loan is. Also, GSEs, which are government-sponsored entities, have directed all the banks and mortgages that they own to negotiate with you. They're trying to do what's best for their customers. The only thing I think the best solution for this is a deferment, not a forbearance. If you do get in contact with your mortgage company or your servicer, it may take as little as 20 minutes. And I know some of my clients, it's been up to 2 hours. So you want to make sure you take the time to be able to sit on the phone and wait to speak to someone. So if you do speak to them and you get a plan in place, either it's a forbearance, if it's a loan mod, if it's a deferment, make sure you get that plan in writing. You want to make sure that you cover all bases when you're offered that particular plan. Again, if there are time frames in your plan that once you get to the end of them and you still don't have a job and we're still in this pandemic, communicate. That's the most important thing here. Also, last week, the Department of Real Estate was deemed essential. So real estate is an essential service now. If you're thinking of still, purchasing or selling, you just got to follow the procedures to protect yourself. It may be difficult. If you're a seller, the days on market may be much longer to sell because everything's going virtual. You want to make sure that if you're going to hire a real estate professional, that they're technically advanced to do virtual tours and have a database of people where they can promote your listing. If you're a buyer, I would say be prepared. There's still loans out there. There's still people buying. There's still agents out there showing property. But again, it's a COVID-19 compliant plan. It's 101. So if you can't bring the whole family, it has to be whoever the decision maker is, and you and your agent go to view that property, and that includes wearing the proper gear, gloves, covers for your shoes, even glasses, and bringing some type of disinfectant to spray down surfaces. Where do I think this is all going to lead to? As long as we're in this pandemic, it's status quo. Nothing's going to change until we're actually able to get back out there and social gather. I think social gathering is going to change moving forward. I don't think open houses are going to be such a priority for real estate brokers and or their clients. I think it's going to be more of a virtual environment. I think that the foreclosure side, there's going to be a ton of people that aren't going to be able to qualify for a loan modification. So you have to be prepared. This is all about being prepared. If you don't get a job, being prepared if they don't approve your loan modification. So I want to open it up to any questions that people may have. I know I got a few callers. So here we go. Any questions? Oh, so Amanda's, thanks Amanda for that question. How do you find out who to contact? Um, Here, let me show you the screen. The link for Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. For both Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, all you need to do is click on the link, provide your name, provide your address, and they're going to ask for the last four of your social. Again, if your home is owned by Freddie or Fannie, they're only offering forbearance up to 12 months. And at the end of that 12 months, your bank should probably negotiate a loan modification plan for you. If things start to clear up by June, what we're going to have are a lot of people who couldn't sell between March and June, putting their homes on the market. If I'm a seller, I would recommend bringing in a contractor, doing all inspections, having your home staged, make sure it's prepared to be competitive, because I think there will be a surplus of properties to choose from for buyers. So if you're a buyer, be ready. To contact your mortgage company, your loan company, have all your paperwork together in order to make an offer. Make sure you also contact a realtor to give you a plan to go out there and look at things virtually. Next week on Wilson Stevens Live, I'll be speaking with Yvonne Hemmingson, Senior Loan Officer with Diversified Capital Funding in Walnut Creek, to discuss what loan products are still available in this pandemic. This is great information. If you're looking to refinance or purchase a home, Yvonne is a great resource. Thank you all for tuning in. Please follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Live, and LinkedIn. If you like this video, please share it with your family and friends. Be blessed and please be safe. Thank you.